settings and do a profile.
Okay, because I'm like, hold on. Wait, where is settings at?
This is a serious talk show if you doing that.
Yeah.
You about to hear something deep.
Seriously. I don't know where settings is, y'all. Where is settings?
Take it back.
That's actually a good point. Like, I don't even know how my name shows up.
Yeah.
I can't tell you right now because I had the same problem for a long time until I actually created a profile when I wasn't doing the show.
Oh, here we go. I figured it out.
Got it. Okay.
She's smart.
You know, I went to school and did learn. Okay, boom. Let's go. And that is not an alias. That is my real name, people.
Okay, so I'm connecting my IG live right now, everybody.
Okay. Do I have time to like run and get a beverage, or is it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. BRB.
Start recording soon.
You
Alexa,
typically can't do
stop.
that in jail, can you?
Nah.
Okay, everybody. So I am starting the show right now. Crystal will be back soon. It's one of the perks of being able to do a Zoom show at home. You can get up and get a beverage, take a quick bathroom break, and the show still goes on.
Just remember to turn off the video and mute it.
Yeah.
Oh, don't, yeah, walk away now, people. Hey, Melvin.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? So happy you are here with us.
Yeah, sorry about being a little late.
Oh, no apologies. I really like you. You know me.
Okay, I'm back. Cheers.
Cheers. Right?
That's a serious beverage.
It's a wine. Don't do me. I didn't want to pour the yak. And I had to keep it classy.
All day, all day. So let's let everybody see the panel of our guests here.
What's up?
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
So, okay, so let's first start by, I don't know if anybody's ever had an opportunity to see or log into one of my shows before, but I started the Loving Me Style session just to create a dialogue for men and women to be able to understand each other better and understand themselves better. In the way that we dress and groom ourselves, we are sending messages out into the world. So I want people to have intentions when they get up and get dressed in the morning. Take that time to really decide how you're feeling, right? My life's goals, my daily goals is decide how you're feeling, how you want to feel, and shop the budget, of course, and then dress the goal. So most people, everybody on here, we're all professionals in our own different industries. And we have to show up intentionally in the things that we do in life. So I kind of want to start off with Crystal because I'm loving your line. I am absolutely loving your line, but I don't have the guts to wear it. Like, I would just be straight up.
It's kind of like, raunchy, but it's all how we feel on the inside. I'm just bold enough to just put it on a shirt.
Yes, you're bold enough. Absolutely. I'm like, I catch flights, not feelings. I behave that way, but I don't think I'm bold enough to put that on my shirt. So let me just ask, I see Craig.
Okay.
What's your thoughts?
What is
on
the
that?
line though? No. Like, so I'm hearing what you're saying, but what's the line? Sorry.
Okay, so it's called YFF Collection, which stands for Young Fly Finesse. Forever young, forever fly, and always finessing. Whatever it is, if it's your mama, the person at the gas station, I'm gonna figure out a way to finesse the situation. Period. That's basically what it is.
Young Fly Finesse. That is the name of Crystal's clothing line, and you can find her on IG. So everybody look at the links in the bio and look at the links on the profile so you can check out her clothing line. So let me ask you all, what do you, in your opinion, right? Because most times people's opinions aren't asked. So I'm asking for people's opinions right now. Ed, when you see somebody with a shirt on that says catch flights, not feelings, what comes to mind?
Oh, she know the game. That's the first thing I say is she know the game. This might be one I gotta watch out for. First thing come to mind.
do you want to take on the challenge though, right? Because you
Right.
got some game in you full of game. So
I mean, that's the thing. I would have to take on the challenge just because I see it. Like she put it out there, so I'm like, all right, like this might be interesting. Let me see where this go.
okay, so let me get a
Oh,
little
shoot.
deeper. Let me get a little deeper. Is there anything negative about that statement, or do you take that as, you know what, she just being who she is, no judgments?
Yeah. I don't see no problem with it. That's just my opinion because I'm the same way. So like
You're
I'm
very bold. You're very
yeah.
bold. So let me ask Craig. Craig, you come from, I would say, a more, what's the word? I don't know, just straight and narrow. I always describe Craig like
Square.
square, right, square.
What?
Don't make them sound like a
Dang.
loser though.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
no, but I love you. You're my bro. You're my bro.
Okay.
And your standards are impeccable, right? So I'm just asking, as a man of standard, when you see that, what, you know, what comes to mind when you see some of these sayings, catch flights, not the, oh, and there's another one that I pop P for designer. Y'all use y'all imagination for that one. Like, I feel you, right? I feel you. Like I lived that life at one point. I get what you're saying, but I really want to know what's on these men's mind. When
All I want to say is a wet pussy and a dry purse does not match, period.
okay, period. Look at that face.
Okay.
Whoa. Can you repeat that?
I will say it once again, a wet pussy and a dry purse, aka dry pocketbook, don't match.
You're right.
Okay, so if you're gonna ask me, so I can actually respond to the first and the second and the third actually very practically. If I see a shirt like that on catch flights and not feelings on a female, the
Yes.
first thing that comes to mind is, and I have to be straight, typically females are emotional, so I will see her as practical, and they're all on the same level. So if she says catches flights and not feelings, that's
She's a
someone that
practical
I would
woman.
see as reasonable. Now the last two are catchy, and we probably understand this, McCrae, just because
Business.
business. So I like initially, if you saw my eyes, I was just like, whoa, woo. But it really does. I mean, if you think about marketing 101, if it's the brand that stands out.
So you
So
appreciate
that so
the shock factor.
it is over like ooh.
Over the top.
If you already like my personality, would I do it? No. However, it's a marketing genius who can wear that. And that's how I yeah.
So that's why I wanted her on the show, because I'm like, she is saying what a lot of women won't say, right? We won't say those kinds of things, but
But I
a
think
lot of women won't. A lot of women
Sorry,
won't.
I gotta mute it because I don't want.
I think it's moving to that though. I think a lot more women are stepping out and being bolder and saying that.
Oh, I see your shirt.
That sounds like he got on a Pornhub show.
Dressing with intention, Ed.
all the time. Like that you got to. When you wake up, you know, you gotta be intent.
Exactly. It's like, okay, how I want to look today? What do I want to give him?
But see, I appreciate Ed too, because he's an actor and a comedian, right? And so he always goes for the shock factor, I think. And we know that in comedy, that's you get the truth. It might be in a sarcastic kind of way, but it's still the truth, and that's what makes it so funny as far as for me stand-up comedy and things like that. But okay, Melvin, we got a college student here, right? I'm seeing
I did see someone chime in.
someone's
So,
chiming
but
in.
Craig, I gotta ask, why you always be putting you?
Putting what?
I never forget it.
No, say it.
College
Say it.
student. So I'm the square, and he's a college student.
Yeah.
We have to. Well, we need
I'm
diversity.
no longer.
Please forgive me, but we need
There's a
diversity.
professor.
And I'm the funny
Professor
guy.
Craig.
We also have someone very shy on with us right now that I hope says something when she gets ready, right? So I want diversity. I really want people to start to understand each other better. So this topic of validation in our dress and grooming, I'm feeling like what I'm seeing as far as like the lace bodysuits and the tops, the lingerie look, what are we looking for when we, I know if I used to wear something like, well, I did used to wear stuff like that, I was looking to get a check. Okay, like I'm not necessarily looking for a king and my husband. At that point, we were just looking to have a good time and maybe get a couple bags and, you know what I mean, catch a couple flights, but nothing.
But that is the thing. Somebody that's wearing an outfit like that be the squarest one. She ain't fucking. She ain't doing nothing. But you out here in this outfit. So don't be mad if somebody pressing you at the end of the day. It's like, look what you promoting. Look what you got on.
Without a doubt.
And I'm like, what are you looking for in promoting yourself like that?
She gonna be offended if a nigga be like, oh, I got a couple of dollars for you. Like, hold on, what you mean you got some money for me?
But you dress like a hoe. Like, I mean, just to put it out there like that. Melvin, are you seeing a lot of this in the colleges and stuff? I ain't been to no college campus. I hung out at the adult clubs. I mean, is that? I mean, tell me what's going on.
I'm out of college now, but I feel like
okay.
I feel like a lot of times it is like, I don't know, like kind of how she said, like, you know, you can expect to get treated a certain way if you don't necessarily portray yourself in that way. But at the same time, also, I see it as a way of independence. Maybe that's how they express themselves. Maybe they're proud of who they are. So me personally, it just can kind of go both ways. It depends on who it is. It depends on why they're wearing it, you know.
Well, that's kind of what, okay, so that's kind of what I want to get to the bottom to, people. I want to get to the bottom of, are we really looking for some sort of validation? And I think that we are. I think that we're looking for validation from our parents. I think the kids are looking for validation from their parents. I think that the men are looking for validation from their women, and the women are looking for validation from their men. If they have a man or not, those compliments or reinforcements or just a way of encouraging, it's something that we do naturally. Hopefully it comes from an organic space. But if we don't have those things and we're lacking those things, I know for me, when I left the house, and I'm just going to be very transparent right now, I was raised, you know, in a religious home, and it was like, you're pretty, but you're smart, but, right? And there was always this standard of perfection almost that I had to live up to, and it was like never enough. So even when I went out there and I was in the world and I had these men telling me, you know, you're gorgeous, you're smart, you're gonna make it, you're this, you're that, I still needed, after all those years on my own, to come back home and get some validation from the people that I respected and loved the most. And people were like, why did you come back home? That's why. I had relationship issues and I did not know how to communicate to my partner that I needed for him to validate me in some way. But I really needed to do some inside work to be able to validate myself and be okay with me and find the language to help my partner to understand that. So let me put this out there. For those people in relationships out there dating or whatnot, how is that going? How is the communication factor? When your girl gets dressed and y'all been dating for a while and she's like, man, you ain't gonna tell me I look good? You're not gonna tell me I look pretty? Or you know, the man is like, I go to work and I take care of this and I take care of that. Like, can I get a compliment for that? Like, are we validating each other in our relationships even?
I mean, I guess I'll talk first. I don't know about dating no more. Don't nobody date for real. Like, not no more. Like, that's old. But I think I tell every chick I run across how good she look. She banging, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, every girl you run across.
Every single one. Like, you can't leave one stone unturned. Like, you got to tell every last one of them, even if they are terrible. But I definitely let them know to give that validation, because they are trying. You know, they get dressed, they come out, they look the way they look. So, you know, I make them feel good.
So you believe that they're looking to be validated and that you
Definitely.
take that on. You're like, you know what, she come out here, she dressed like that. Let me give her a compliment. Let me say something to her. Now, Craig, what do you do in response to that? What do you think? Well, because you're different. Your opinion is different.
Why am I?
He's not
So
that
in my
much
mind,
different.
I am normal, and the whole world is just like me and needs to be just like me. No. Okay. What do
Probably
I
tell
think?
every girl she look good too.
Okay, so let me just.
Okay, so I think the reason McCrae asked me is I come from so there's a website that I'm developing right now, and it's called Handsome After Haircut, and it comes, you know, parents to teach their kids how to cut their son's hair, but it's based on a biblical principle, Psalms 139:14, and it says, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made. His works are wonderful. I know that full well." And that's pretty much King David actually saying, I look good. Does that make sense? So after I cut people's hair, like, there's sometimes like I know I do a good job and I want to just lick my finger and slap the back of their head, and then I tell them to repeat after themselves, and then they actually look in the mirror and they say it after me. I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and then I explain to them what it means. So when you ask me what it means, a lot of how I dress is really just for me.
But I'm talking about, how do you have an opinion when you go somewhere and you see a woman with like some shorts on where you can literally see her butt hanging out, in a lingerie top as a shirt? What is your opinion on that? We're seeing that a lot more, and I'm asking a professional man, right? We have a panel of professionals. I want to know what you think when you see that.
That she doesn't love herself.
That's what you think.
Or she doesn't know her worth, which is extremely important in life. Because if she has to get validation from other people, yeah. So that's probably the biggest thing I feel. Will I personally tell her unless I know it? No. But that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
That's the first thing that comes to your mind. And the first thing that comes to Ed's mind is, she needs to hear this.
Yeah.
She purposely got up and got dressed and put them shorts on and put this top on for attention. And I'm gonna give it to her.
Because that could be the way she feels today. Like tomorrow she might feel studious and wear a button up and some suspenders. But tonight she got on this lingerie top and these shorts. So I'm gonna let her know I love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let her know you did your job. You did good.
You did good. Okay. Yeah. All right. So Crystal, when we wear stuff like that, Do you think we're fishing for a compliment? Are we looking for a rise out of these guys? What are we looking for?
I think it goes into what Ed was just saying.
I can't hear you.
I said, I think it goes into what Ed was just saying. It's how we feel for the day. Someday I want to be on classy little shit. Someday I might want to be a skater or tomboy. Or someday I might want to look like I walked out of Abercrombie and Fitch. Like, it's just really the vibe that I feel that day.
At the moment.
At the moment. But, of course, there is, the tatainas that, of course, they are putting that, just for that attention, so they can be like, hey, little mama in the green, like, so they can get them type of people that they attract. So it just depends.
It depends. I know Craig and I had a conversation recently about hair, right? Sometimes I like to wear a wig. What I'm putting on blast now, but sometimes I like to wear a wig. I'm lazy and I don't want to wear my hair, and I might decide to wear my hair all the way down to my butt.
Because
right? This is
it's a choice. It's more accessible nowadays for anybody to want to change their hair. A man can change his hair, or a woman can change his hair. It doesn't have to be, oh, you trying to be white, oh, you trying to be this and this. No, I think this style is cute, so I want to do it. If I can afford it, why not?
Yeah, not only if I can afford it, I think it goes too along with what Ed's saying. Sometimes I might feel a little flirty, right? I might feel a little flirty, and so it's okay for me.
It's personality.
Yeah, to switch my personality up a little bit and just have a little fun with my hair and have a little fun with my costumes and with my outfits. But I will say that it's we have to do those things intentional and be careful when we go out into the world like that, right? There was once upon a time where you would get arrested for walking up and down the street with a pink or purple wig on and booty shorts and a lace top, right? Because everybody thought you were selling it. And somehow we've come to this day. I mean, just right, everybody thought you were selling it. But now we've come to this day and age where
you got 15-year-olds wearing lace. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
you got good hair. Why you got that wig on?
Yeah. Yeah, you have 15-year-olds, you have kids asking for genie ponytails and lace wigs way down, their hair not even fully grown, their face not even fully developed yet at 15. And they wanna, and the clothes, right? So you guys know that I work in a plaza full of boutique styles and fashions, and I see these kids and they coming in there with their parents, some of them half naked. Before we got 10 minutes left, there's a few things that I want to make sure I say before the time ends, and I'm gonna go back to what Craig was saying. I do think, like I said, when I left the house, I needed some validation. I didn't even know, right? I didn't know. I'm like, I'm fly, I'm pretty, I'm good. I'm about to go out here and I'm about to get this money. And yet and still, it took me therapy. It took me some self-help books and some bad relationships to figure out that I really was looking and seeking for some type of validation, but from somebody that I actually loved and respected. It couldn't be from just anywhere and anybody, because at that point, it didn't really hold any weight. So I would like to encourage people that have children or are mentoring any young people out here, these teenagers and stuff like that, validate them every time you speak to them. Every time you speak to them. If you see them working hard in school, if you see they love to clean and they're very organized, you know, they could be somebody's bomb assistant one day, right? I mean, you see a girl, she knows how to do hair. It just comes to her naturally. You do a good job. Let them know they do a good job. Let them know that they're loved. Let them know that they're beautiful. A lot of, especially young girls, They leave the house, and the first guy that tell them that they're beautiful and sexy, they're like, oh, am I really? Right? And that's so just, it leads to a rabbit hole of heartache and pain. And you don't know how far they're going to go down before they come back up, right? We don't know how far bottom hits, how long that drop is down until we hit it, you know? And that climb back up is not always easy, but I will tell you from personal experience that it is definitely worth it. So did anybody want to just add any comments when you see this word validation and what that word actually means, right? Which is showing approval in some way. You're giving someone your honest opinion, your honest approval of whatever their emotional state is. You're telling that person, I think it's okay. You're okay. No matter, even if we disagree, it's okay for you to feel what you're feeling.
Right. That can go into like stuff that we do versus like even more than just how we dress, certain actions that we make. Like, okay, if our friend was like, okay, she into that too, like, okay, that makes you feel like, okay, it's okay what I'm doing. Even if you're doing some out of pocket shit, but if you got somebody that's into the same thing, then it's like, okay, I guess.
So you feel validated by somebody else's actions, right? You normally wouldn't do it, but because she's doing it, well, maybe I'll try it. You know?
No, I'm saying if you're already doing it, but someone is like not telling you it's wrong and they're into it too, then I feel like that's a form of validating. Like,
oh yeah, when you guys are doing it together.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like, oh shit, okay, I guess it ain't bad then.
Well, hey, you got clicks and crews, right?
Right.
Yeah, Craig.
So I'm afraid to make my comment because you're probably going to want to like add another hour to it.
for the next show.
You gotta say what Craig about to say.
So when McCray asked me about it, so we had a pretty heated discussion one day because I said that so this is one of those comments I keep private and I only tell people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
And you love me, you know you love me, bro.
There's
but can I just laugh at how he keep calling you McCray? Okay.
Whenever I see like a lot of weaves or wigs or fake eye colors and things like that, the head represents identity. And then if I see a lot of clothes that are just kind of like I said before, it could have been some pain or drama or something emotional that might have happened. So I agree with the comment about letting people know, but a lot of it still comes from knowing your worth. So I get upset whenever I see people not showing their true hair, true eye color identity, because I believe that everyone's fearfully and wonderfully made. And that's just deeply from my heart, where I literally had an argument with McCray and she said, look, wear your hair. That's how you were made. That's how God made you. And then I had someone else who was and they wanted to put in green. I was like, green of all the colors, brown, like everything stems from brown. And I got like heated. I'm like, if you put all the colors together, brown is the last color, but that's how I am. Like I personally know spiritually that one of Adam and Eve, I had black, because you can't have white and then make
right.
all the races in the world. But I'm proud of my heritage, and then I'm also proud of where I've come from. So that's kind of why I think the way I do.
And I think it was necessary for people to hear your statement and where you were coming from. It's not that I disagreed with you. It's just that as a woman, I exercise my freedoms. Yeah. Right? And I have the freedom to switch it up and change it up and feel sexy and feel good. If that's something that I need to do for me today, then I have the right to exercise my freedom and do that for me today. You know, wearing my natural hair was a journey, and it is not easy to keep these kinks and coils combed. And when you have a meeting and you have a time constraint, boo, where is my wig? I have to go. I got checks to cash and flights to catch. You know what I mean? So
And I'm team natural, but I had to give it, European, Vietnamese because I got a new job. So
right.
that's fine. I couldn't show up being Angela Davis with the blue hair. Like, no, I couldn't do it.
Hey, and it's unfortunate though that would stop people from getting a job at one point. You could not get a job and work in certain places with an afro. It was as if your hair was unkempt and not combed. You could not wear facial hair. Men could not wear facial hair in a corporate world, as some, back in the days, it was considered unprofessional in some places. So I think it just kind of depends on your background, and it's important that we have these conversations and validate one another in saying it's okay to be who you are in your differences, but just know to dress with intention, and that people do form opinions. People absolutely form opinions. If I have a meeting, I might go ahead and put my blazer on or put on a whole suit just to make sure that you hear me and what I'm saying and not necessarily look at my body, or she's a small little, somebody. It's like, no, let me put on my power suit and get in that mode and get in that energy and walk into that room with the intention of making this deal, right? So that all happens for me in the morning when I say address how you feel and decide how you want to feel. And then you shop the budget and you dress the goal. So that's something that I have been working on every single day. And I'm telling y'all, with COVID, she don't even get dressed every day. Okay.
It's like, what's the point?
Oh my goodness.
But you have to get dressed for you because you never know what opportunity you're going to come across when you walk out the door.
You never know. Does anybody have any closing statements that they want to make? I really appreciate this dialogue that we had today.
God is good. God is great. New levels, new devils. Let's get it.
What's up, Ed?
Oh, nothing. I'm good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I wish I had, it was more time. But I just feel like, you got to affirm everybody and validate people when you get a chance so they don't have to search for it. So.
Searching for it from an unhealthy place, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I know
there are insecurities.